I'd like to tell you one of the stories that Buddha tells. He was preaching in a park one day, and everybody was engrossed in what he was saying, when suddenly a woman pushed through the crowd holding her sick baby. Well, he was more than sick, he was dead. And she rang up to the Buddha and said, "Please, Holy One, give me something to save my child, to bring him back to life." The Buddha said, "What you need to do, my dear, is to go to all the houses in the town and bring me back a mustard seed, a single mustard seed from a household that has never been touched by death." "Oh, thank you," she said, and off she went. Nobody tells how long the journey was, but sometime later she came back, still clutching her dead child, and Buddha said, "Did you find me the mustard seed?" "No," said the lady. "I have found that death has touched every house in this town, and I can't hang on to my son." Buddha blessed her and told her to go and bury her child, and she became another Buddhist convert. Hello, I'd like to tell you a little bit about how Buddhism began. Gautama Siddhartha, or Gautama Buddha, was born in about 560 BC. His parents were quite rich, and they didn't want their son to see anything sad or negative, which would upset him. So until he was in his 20s, he was only allowed to be within the palace gardens. Eventually, he nagged them enough that he was allowed to go out to different places with the steward, who was supposed to keep all sadness from him. Well, life won't be denied, and nor will death, so one day he saw a lame man, a sick man, a poor man, and a dead man. None of these conditions had ever been in his mind before, so he went home and, with much discussion with his priest, because he was a Hindu at the time, he thought about going out into the world and exploring and see what he could do about it. He first went off with some ascetic monks. These were prone to fasting, flagellation, and many negative attitudes to make your body stronger by privations. Well, after about, I suppose, 3 or 6 months with them, he came back and still hadn't reached enlightenment or the answer to the world. He decided that he would come and go with the rich priests. And the rich priests were prone to overeat, under-exercise, and indulge themselves. Another 3 months, came home, still no enlightenment. So again, back to discussions with holy men, wise men, parents. Out for a walk one day, he came to what is called a Bodhi tree. And he sat down under it to think. There is a legend that he decided he would stay under that tree, not moving from it, until he had reached enlightenment. He stayed there quite a while, apparently. Suddenly he thought, the problem in the world is suffering. If I can get rid of suffering, everybody can concentrate on the better sides of life. So he thought a bit more and came up with a theory called the Four Noble Truths. Our life is suffering, the origin of suffering, the cessation of suffering, and the path to the cessation of suffering. After he'd organised his theories, he started teaching them. And both the ascetics and the overindulgent priests came and learnt from him. He said, the way we need to live is the middle way. Not too much, not too little of anything. And from then onwards, Buddhism was born.